shite off.
We've been to God's Acre. Quite a tale it told us. You're not Caleb, are you? Or at least not entirely.
Ah, can't fog you. Alexander Watson. Long tale short.
So many questions.
Caleb made a fine cobbler, a poor brother, a worse husband, and a truly
Do both of you share Caleb?
Share? No. This house of flesh is mine. But because I am a generous... We were twins. I was the rotten half, they said. But who's the... There's something else you should know. If you don't know it already. I'm not alone.
Caleb was no saint, but this is hellish grim. Does he deserve...
Aye, he does. And it's not like I killed him. He's alive in here, he can hear me now. Destroying his reputation.
How nice.
He took our love, Ruth and mine, and killed it. Caleb was a cat.
You used the ritual to bring Ruth's spirit into Caleb's...
Love moves a soul to strange endeavors. We just...
You know you failed, right? Look at yourself.
That's my never mind, not yours. If you don't like the smell, you can shite off.
I'd like to hear this from Ruth. May I please...
No! We've carved ourselves out a little. Please, leave us.
We need to speak to her, one way or another. If he won't tell us anything, perhaps...
You died.
True.
I'm sorry. There's an awful way to go, and...
We deserved better, and now we have it. And with it, Caleb gets to make amends. Caleb's name was ruined then. We're just...
You're well placed to see what goes on around here.
I've made a point of keeping people... He's both... Pascal, he drank... What I'd...
Oh,
He's got up lift. Hello? Hush now. All is well. Nothing bad will ever come to us again.
Ruth and Alexander are having an affair in her husband's body.
Bless you.
I can't find an angle with that isn't just plain wrong.
Something feels wrong. Something about Ruth.
The house that burned down. The roof fell in with it in sight.
There's a lot of debris. Wards. Think you can fend for yourself? The ghost wards feel far away from here. Just one keeps me from manifesting. Fancy knocking it down? The ward's power is gone. I believe we may cross it if I blast a way through.
Time must be nearby.
Of course. Ruth's heart binds them.
This work shows real sensitivity. Caleb?
Maybe. Not Alexander. I suspect we've just learnt a little about Ruth.
You! What do you have there? Stop right there, you rank rump! Whatever you found, it ain't yours!
You buried Ruth's heart in the ashes of the house that killed her.
You, a ghost, went digging in the ashes of a dead woman's house. You're ill-positioned. Don't think I haven't felt your presence before.
Stow your tongue while I speak with Ruth. Ruth?
Pock off and die! I'm in charge here.
No. Hush ye, Alexander. I'll speak. I'm Ruth. I hear you.
I'm Antea Duarte. We're here to help.
I'm glad. Please, end this nightmare. Help me.
Ugh, go to hell in a bag of shite. We're fine, and you have not the right. You hear? You've not the right. Her heart! Give it back!
Hear my voice and show your face.
No more does he silence me. We may speak. Help me, please.
Caleb's letter changed your life.
It tore me in two. I loved Alexander. But I deserved to marry a man who would be... I thought I married the better brother. But I'd married a liar. Not even he deserves this.
How did Caleb...
With adoration. I was an idol. He was the sculptor and I was the statue. Smiling down, unmoving from my... Now I'm sewn into a festering sack with the quivering remnants of my husband and the angry ghost of...
Who taught Caleb the resurrection ritual?
To say it was taught would mean he'd learned it. He read it off a page. As a sorcerer, Caleb makes a thing about Caleb. He was a good listener. The Haskell boy, for one.
Wait. Lammy Haskell gave Caleb the...
After Lammy mentioned the ritual, Caleb became obsessed with it. He begged. Lammy, in his misplaced generosity, gave it. Caleb was intent on dark work. Lammy furnished written instructions.
Ruth, your husband Caleb's botched resurrection ritual brought you back, but allowed his brother Alexander...
Once we deal with the Watson brothers, you shall be free.
Do what you must. I'll suffer it.
No!
We can
Look at you. You're counterfeit, a sham of a thing. Caleb lied and stole your love. But when the time was right, you lied and stole his body. We're ending this nonsense now. Caleb Watson, you're past saving.
But what about me?
Ruth is free to go.
I shall have my rest now.
I was winning. I was winning.
The line twixt love and hate is thin and easily crossed, especially between brothers.
None are better placed to wound than your own blood. That was something.
Don't take it to heart. Their choices are not your business.
Our choices are my business. And their consequences too.
Our love story shall have a better ending. I shall be as I was before, as if I'd never gone away.
Aye. I hear you.
Good. Now, let's see what Lammy Haskell has to say about raising spirits from the dead.
Governor.
May I help you, Mr. Yes, but have you
I believe so. But the culprit was not responsible.
have you found the witch?
Someone here has been dabbling in some dark magic.
So? What?
Don't you want to...
I do not need to. The principle is what matters.
Not exactly. The name is... Lam...
No, it can't be. My son is studious. Curious, too curious at times, perhaps.
He showed Caleb Watson a ritual. The cobbler used it and became possessed.
Even if true, it would only mean my son was exposed to corruption. It happened before.
I'll get it. I noted your ghost wards with...
Ghost wards, an interesting name. I call them sanctifiers.
Why did you not use them in New Eden when the curse began?
It was more complicated to convince the whole congregation of the necessity to use magic. Here,
This requires a great deal of occult knowledge. We had to...
Etienne Roulet, one of the greatest demonologists of our time, is a good friend of mine. Why? Until long. Though Bletford's my they. I tried to teach occult.
I must find your son, Governor. Soon.
His interests take him hither and thither. If he isn't here, he's been sprucing up one of the abandoned houses there. Go there. Needless.
He was quick to condemn till it was his own son on the block. Who's he really protecting?
We'll bring him the proof he wants. If the boy is guilty, his father may not be able to protect him.
Hell's balls. What happened here?
Something's emanating from under there.
No wonder this place is off limits.
Watch out! We made it angry.
One of these must be Lammy's hideaway.
Beware. Wards.
Lammy, you here? He was studying botany. Why botany? Arrowloo. Mean anything to you?
Not a thing.
Talks once more of a mill. I guess we found him. The incisions are clean. The precision of an expert.
There's magic here, though faint.
Nothing incriminating. Yet.
Remember what we found at Caleb Watson's? Maybe we're not looking in the right place. If I had something to hide, I might hide it in an abandoned mill.
Looks derelict. Is he really inside?
What hides here in the dark? Come out, come out.
Deja vu.
He tried his hand at several translations.
This relay lad seems dangerous.
His apprentice seems to be following him down the same path.
So, what are you hiding in here, evil spawn?
Glancing at the original writing, Lami's work was poor. No wonder the ritual he spawned for Caleb from those botched words of power went wrong.
He doesn't speak well of his dad.
Did he seek power? Was he hoping to step out of his father's shadow?
If he did, he went the wrong way about it. We need to get to the top floor. Bet we'll find something.
More ghost wards. Someone was being extra careful. Here, I found something.
No crank. Great.
Why did he feel like he needed so much protection?
It's just a lift. Why is this mechanism so complex?
More magic muckery. He wished to disguise his presence, or perhaps to distract from it.
That book. Again.
The Agrippa. That's not good. Not good at all.
What level of not good are we talking about exactly?
This book promises eternal life, but the promise is a trap. Let's hope it hasn't been used.
The crank. Good. lift should work now. All this is more serious than we thought. I'm apprehensive, not just because we're going underground.
We'll be careful. We don't know what Lammy was up to, and the signs are not encouraging.
You know, I could get to like it underground. The darkness, the gloom, the cool air.
Really?
No, not really. Not at all.
This ivy is well rooted in the invisible.
Right? And therefore impossible to comb out. Hell's balls. Another sorrow used as a guardian.
Your strikes are useless if the pillars are intact.
You'll be free soon enough, you bastard.
It's coming for you. Trouble's about. Destroy the pillars before anything else. It's on you.
Time to end this monstrosity. When all this is over, I might retire.
You'd miss it. You know you would. You need to see this. Dead animals, again. Different symbols and magic. Seems they were used as bait. Is this how we got through the soul's vigilance?
Change targets. Tormented first. Try another one.
Beat it!
These webbings are too thick. We won't get through. Sorry. No can do.
So, here we are.
I suppose now we step into the void.
Suppose we do. Dark rituals, void breach, general weirdness. I mean, can't be far.
Wards, think you can fend for yourself? Red,
It's awfully calm. Why is it awfully calm? Demonologists really like pushing the limits of their knowledge without considering other lives.
that just makes them human. Wards, I'm going to need a hand here. Spectres. They haven't noticed us. Stay low.
Piss off!
try this on.
Careful now.
I can. An Ariadne's thread leading through the void. Very useful indeed.
Very useful right until it falls apart. Then you're stuffed like force meat in a turkey.
Creepy hideout. The governor's spawn likes a bit of drama.
This is some dark, sideways magic.
It's forbidden. I've read it.
Sometimes I worry about you. Ugh. What is this thing?
Banisher rule number 4.
If it oozes, don't touch it. Another botched experiment?
It may be native to the void.
I feel like we're not done here. What is this thing?
Banisher rule number 4.
If it oozes, don't touch it. Another botched experiment?
It may be native to the void.
This one's different. Looks like it died diseased.
So, you can see me. Aren't you full of surprises, young Master Haskell?
You may talk. A Banisher ghost. Amazing. How on God's earth did you find me? Never mind that. Thank the Lord you did. Thought I was going to grow old in here.
As hiding places go, the void is quite the choice.
Yes, an amazing place. Or plane? World? The Araloo is not easily described, but it makes a fascinating study. Tell me, how did you get past the Guardian beneath the mill? Did you use a decoy?
We fought it. Don't change the subject.
You fought it? Of course you did. A good thing too. I was starting to think it was wise to me tricks. Oh, but I have so many questions.
This isn't a social call, kid. And we're the ones with the questions.
Oh. Oh. Of course.
The looks of this place need deep research. What do you do exactly?
Search the origin of the Araloo, of course. And a theory on the subject. Now, first, I believe the water void. My father knew well, and yet thought he made sick. The witchcraft of the furniture suspicion, yes, but with some truth concealed behind it. You see, acting pain we need. It's influential in the evidence is everywhere.
Can you prove that? Where is your evidence?
In the threshold between our way in this, they even and of memory of the frontier, then they'll go beyond. I also believe it happened before. Some years ago, you didn't hit here by another epidemic.
Was this same?
I believe that the first epidemic caused by the ferocity of the frontier between New Eden and the Aralyn. Although, where theirs was an affliction of burning flesh, ours is a corruption of mind and spirit. And I believe I have found its source. There is a substance, a strange ooze. You may have noticed it. This, I believe, is the true source of the Harrow's poison. It carries a particular stink, on the scent of which I experience first confusion, then a loss of control over my limbs.
What do you expect?
To find a cure. The ooze seeps into our world, sickening. Unfortunately, the Aralyn is a formidable place. Tricky. A maze constantly evolving, changing, reshaping itself. I found an oozing crack in the ground. The terrain then remade itself, and I can get to it now.
Perhaps we might be able to find a way through.
Would you?
You see ghosts. You stroll the void as if it were your garden.
I'm Lammy Haskell, and I am a man of many sciences. I am in...
That raises more questions.
What are the pillars of the universe? Which principles underpin existence? Each discipline More or less. Less, more so. My father sees occultism through the eyeglass of his...
If you don't share your father's faith...
I believe in the afterlife. The proof is about us. And if the void embodies eternal despair, there must too be a place of...
Your father is convinced a witch poisoned his well. Caleb Watson was
We must counter the devil with knowledge of his tricks. That, my father always said, is the purest. When I was 10, he gave me my initiation. Demonology, sir, as he would say. He saw me as his so I stole them. The very same books he'd forced upon me as a boy. I understand them where he does not. I did not...
We must talk.
Ruth's death hit poor Caleb hard. He was alone, and so I would often stop. He took a keen interest in my studies and was a good listener. When he learned that she could possibly return... Yes, and I'm sorry.
I've met my fair share of illustrious occultists. Much is lost in translation or altered in the printing.
Of course. The power is in the words, and mine were wrong. Surely the acquisition of knowledge.
Do you remember?
Miss Comenius.
Your father tasked us with an investigation. One way...
I think... What though more... He come for him. Pardon my morbid enthusiasm, Mistress Duarte. But could I ask you a few questions?
What do you wish to know?
Antea, we should get going. So, the pious governor's unassuming son is our evil Harrow's witch.
I was as earnest as he. The rank enthusiasm of youth. It's sickening, really.
Oh, God. I need a wee bit of help here. Well, that was not pleasant. Not pleasant at all.
I am warded. I cannot. I can't help you. Missed me?
Always.
I need a better angle.
They brought more friends.
I'm right here, you know.
It oozes through the breach, suppurates like a festering wound.
How delightful.
Let's see what lies on the other side.
Corrito Skal.
Messed this up, didn't I? Where are we now?
Underground, looks like.
Wonderful.
The ooze affects the incarnate, too. Who goes there?
Is that a ghost?
I don't know. But I don't think we're alone.